Welcome to It's Kelsey, where we talk about rediscovering your inner roar.
So, hey everybody, I'm Kelsey, and I just wanted to say if you haven't seen my first video, that you should head over there and watch it. And for everyone else that has seen my first video, welcome back. And I just wanted to talk about my spiritual awakening, or the start of it, or what I call the start of it, because let's face it, I think I started this journey back in probably 2019. Actually, 2012. 2012 was when I had my major car accident, and that's when I definitely had an out of body experience. So I can talk more on that in a future video because I feel like it is the kind of the start of my journey. But I'm relating more of my start of my spiritual journey as of literally this February, because I had always been spiritual, but I had never really dove into that inner child, that inner being, that little girl who had all the life in the world and still does. And I feel like I never really introduced what I was going through in this video. As I was editing it, I was like, I need to jump in there and say, this is what I'm actually talking about, because I just dove right in. So I wanted to say that I was super excited to bring you along on this journey. This is just the start. I will keep updating as I continue this journey. I just wanted to do a starting video of where I started this journey. So I started by purchasing this book as my official start, I guess, if you will. It just stood out to me on the shelf, and I was like, I need that book. When I brought it home, I really kind of dove into it, and I was like, wow, this book is gonna help in so many ways. It talks about burning bright. It starts off by talking about the imprints that you have as for your inner child. I want to say actually the first of my journey was when I realized that I still was pushing off my inner being. That was when I went through burnout and my nervous system had shut down. And I didn't really know this at the time. I had woken up from a good sleep on the weekend. I was like, yes, it's the weekend. And I had like no energy. Like, I'm talking no energy. So much so that like lifting a coffee cup to the coffee maker was too much. This was absolutely really scary for me because I thought something else was like insanely wrong. I was like, what is going on with my inner self? At first, I was thinking, like, what kind of bug or whatever did I get? But then I started thinking, no, this is like an internal issue. This is like my body is shutting down because of my brain. And that's when I started diving in and realizing that, like, your mind and your body and your soul is all so connected. My mind had been running on overdrive. It had been like, we gotta work, we gotta do this. I had a very, very stressful job. I had one that was kind of one of those jobs where everything ends up falling on you. Started realizing it was becoming too much. It was more so when I had to start doing more than my role entailed. That's not always a bad thing, for sure, but it was it was that moment that I knew that what I was working towards was not what my soul wanted me to work towards. And so then I was like, I need to dive in deeper. I need to figure out where this is coming from. So I started doing more exercise, more body movement, so more yoga, more workouts. As I progressed with that, my mind started to figure out its pathways, and the soul was screaming. It was screaming, like, help, I am not doing great. I need, like, I need something more out of this. This is not where I'm supposed to be. This is not aligning to me at all. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to this feeling because not all of us get on a journey that's the most fulfilling journey we can ever have. I feel like a lot of us go onto a journey where we're like, we just need to get by. We need to be able to fill up the car with gas and get groceries and pay our bills, and yeah, that's great. We do need to do that for sure. But I do feel like we we sometimes put that above the mind, the body, the soul. It's like this thing is way up here and all the rest of us is down here, and we're just like reaching at this thing that is never going to be attainable because these things all need to work together. By working all together, you will get to way higher than what you were even reaching for. Getting that fulfillment is gonna be the most heart fulfilling moment. I guess what I'm trying to get to the point of is that I bought this book because I knew that there was more to all this pain and all this chronic pain that I had been dealing with. I know that it's from what I went through, but I do know that a big part of it was the mental part that I went through. The biggest thing I realized is that fear holds so much over you. It is something that you want to eliminate because that fear is always going to hold you back from your soul being, and your soul being is the full reason you're here. I feel like many of us want to start on a awakening journey and we don't really know where to start. So I will suggest a few books down below in the description because I started with those and I feel like they would be very helpful for you if you're wanting to start this journey. If you resonate with this message, I also am doing one-on-one coaching, and I have discovery calls that you can go onto, and we can see if it would be great for us to work together. I will also include that link down below so you can check it out and check out all the books, and there'll be so many different little things down below, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I feel like this is really truly the start of me actually showing up as who I am authentically. Listening to what's going on in your heart and having the ability to, I want to say take risks, but I also don't want to say take risks because I want to say that if you're gonna listen to that heart space that you know is your true calling, your reason for this earth, then I don't really feel like it's a risk. But when you're talking about from a societal norm, I guess you are taking a risk because it's gonna look real weird to most people. And you gotta be okay with that. I feel like this is completely the most vulnerable I've ever been. I don't really know where this is gonna take me. I don't really know the reasoning behind any of it. I just feel called to share my experience and where this trauma has brought me and what it has made of me. And then I'm ready to get rid of it completely because holding on to it is not gonna help anyone else. I feel like I'm gonna cry a lot in this. I'm really just doing this because I want it to help someone else that has gone through the same thing or is going through the same thing that I did. And if it even just helps one person, that's all. I will literally be so happy that it just helped that one person. It might look chaotic. It might look not chaotic. I don't know. I feel like this is really truly the start of me actually showing up as who I am authentically, or doing my best to. In this book that I'm reading, it tells me to read this agreement out loud. Read it out loud. I might not share all of it. I might just share pieces of it. Starts this journey. I feel like another way to keep me accountable to that is by posting these. If it helps like more than one person, I will just be, it will just fill my heart. I need a pen. I'm going to sign this after. Also, if you want to know like the types of books that I read, because I read a lot of like self-discovery books, and I kind of read like romantic thriller type books too. If you're into that, I would love to share. Today is, what day is it? What day is it? Hold up. What day is it? I'll put the date after because I don't quite remember. Anyways, self-discovery agreement. I, Kelsey, hereby declare my willingness to participate in the experience of healing. I accept that this book is a resource and an aid filled with energy and light coming through it to allow me to see myself better. Knowledge that what I need to burn bright is already within me. Knowledge that all the things I seek are also seeking me. All right, part 1. Where are you? The mess of being human. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. Wow. I can't wait to have you back to see my next video. So hit the subscribe and the like button and add a comment of what your favorite personal development book is. I love you.